Yeah, the reason why this ring kicks ass is not because Barrier obviously, but it does do a job now. It's really decent. And of course, Ice Dagger, pretty good, but of course you know what the winner is. It's this. And it's so damn good, I'm gonna just rock with it. Because look at this. It becomes a railgun. Everything in front of me just dies. And this stage, best music in the game, best layout in the game. Like, where were these hills, guys? Devs, why did you not, like, do stuff with your game here? Like, this looks awesome. And these rock faces are some of the more interesting but threatening enemies in the game, and you need Wave to hit them, or Flame. Those are the only two weapons that actually can hit these guys, so... One thing I do like, though, is that these armored knights were in the first stage and threatening my life, and I just had to defend myself with Flame. Now they're like a common enemy that are getting destroyed by my new Rings of Power, and I gotta tell ya, it feels good having a power fantasy, but you drop down here and say hello to a mini-boss, the Gargoyle. He flies around, shoots stuff at you in a tracking-like pattern, or he might try to do a Hadouken, but he's being a little shy about it. Come on, do your Hadouken. Can you actually hit me with the move I want you to hit me with, bud? No, you're just gonna die, so I guess I'm gonna have Chop Liver help me out. But he does give you the best ring in the game, because double jump has no order. Like, nothing is going to outdo a double jump, especially when you combine it with high jump, where you basically can, like, the sky's the limit at that point. But once you get past that first section, you get to the second part of this level. And what I usually do is I combine these two rings together, because the double jump's going to always outdo speed up, but you can turn that high jump, or that double jump off, and get your speed up. And trust me when I say this, you kind of want to keep that in mind, because lots of enemies are going to come and swarm you real quick, and if you have some movement to your name, either by vertical or horizontal movement, you'll be totally fine. But this is the last water spirit you want to know about. Drop down here and say hello to this lady. Gives you the last bar of health that you'll need for the rest of the game. But be careful with these pools of lava. They're really janky and they do a fair amount of damage. They don't kill you, thankfully, because there's no death pits in this game. Like, basically the devs understood one thing. You're gonna die by damage taken. There's no reason for you to die from falling into a bottomless pit, because they don't exist in this game. But this is where, reason why I commend the level design of this, because it shows off how great double jump is. You would be able to get up here, but to be honest, double jump is such a better ring, because it gives you distance and height, so why not go with both? I mean, high jump just doesn't cut it, really. And to be fair, if you pair this with this, this is just overkill. Like, you don't need that much freaking power to your shot. So, I usually like to stick with high jump being my damage output, because it does a good enough job. But once you get past this mountain, you start thinking, how could this stage be any cooler? What could this stage end on? A frickin' fight with a dragon. So that's pretty damn awesome. And he has attack with fire. You can imagine he's going to be chucking fireballs your way. However, when he rears back, he's going to be swearing all over the place. So you want to keep far away from him. But as long as you're real close, those fireballs don't seem to go real quickly. So if you're further away, they just start speeding real fast. And it makes him want to get up and chase you. But he's dead already. Thank you. I thought to say you were going to deprive me again, game. So once you get all these level 3 rings, you can basically combine them in the way that you shouldn't. It's like, oh god, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, you get the most overpowered thing in the game. And I'm not going to be doing in this run, but CL's got my back and showing off what this ring does. It's absolutely ludicrous, or this power, I should say. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to show you 2 other ways to beat this thing, and then we're going to do the way I want to do it. So after you got the nice 2 examples that work, I'm going to do it the way where you get to hear probably one of the best themes in the game. And it's a pretty damn banging theme. Look at this guy. This is a Chaos Dragon, and he has this freaking awesome theme. And he's kind of hard, because he moves real quick. And you have to understand how his pattern works to avoid taking damage. But once you get it down, it's not too much of a hassle. We just have to watch out for that gut shot that he has at some times. But as long as you keep yourself double jumping over him and staying low underneath him, pelting him with wave over and over again, he eventually blow up, give you some points, if he's more on the screen. And then you get to understand that we finally got this ring to discuss. This ring kind of kicks ass a little bit, because it does time stop. Like, where the hell was this ring? It's a little too late to make yourself look very useful, Earth Ring, but it's a nice showcase. And of course, the other good thing is that it makes this go incredibly fast now. And of course, if you combine it with this, it does more flames. Great. And last but not least, freaking supersonic ice dagger. So, pretty good stuff, but we're not going to use this ring. We already have the best 4 rings on at this point. But you also get to run into traps. Yeah, that flamethrower definitely hurts, but not as much as this guy. This guy will absolutely kill me if I touch him. If you think I'm not kidding, I'm dead. That's how much damage he does. In fact, he does 4 full bars of damage. It's insane. So this is the final stage of the game, and you would have the blade having a grand old time making everything not exist in front of you, but to be fair, there is a problem with the blade. The blade has a mobility issue, so you may be able to use the most powerful thing in the game, but then your jumps just sucks, and you have to deal with that. You also couldn't compare it, I mean, I should be doing this. You couldn't also use this either, so I think the blade has some positives and some negatives. You might do a ton of damage, but it does have its flaws, and it's pretty terrible flaws at times, especially if you're speedrunning this game. So what I usually do is you could just stick to this kind of setup, so you can actually make some action happen. But you also want to consider that there are a health pickup over here if you ever take a hit to the face with a mace, so be very careful of those skeleton knights. They will absolutely destroy you on hard mode. And if you fall in this gap, here's some good news. You can just skip this by just high jumping plus double jump. That's the shortcut that I offer you all. And trust me, if you're doing speed runs, you're going to be doing all the shortcuts and speed ups that you can possibly think of, because these rings that I have on just do everything I want to do. And trust me, you're just going to have to consider the following. Like, you could use Fireball, you could use any other possible ring you can think of, but these are the cream of the crop. And then we got Gigariz. I think I said his name right. I guess I didn't, because he punched me in the face. But this guy snaps at you with his mouth with an eyeball in the center of it. As long as the eyeball is open, you can do damage to him. But when his eyeball is also open, he's gonna attack you. So you have to kind of balance your attack. Like, you have to hit him once and run away, basically. Then we run into possibly the worst section of the game. It's so bad that I'm going to just skip it and have the demo guy show it off. Thank you, CL. And the reason why is because you want to just not fall in this pit. This pit is the worst section of the game. Like, I don't know what the devs were thinking, basically throwing people into a blind jump. Like, this pit sucks. But we don't have to talk about it anymore. We gotta talk about the next section. The damned dungeons. The damned dungeon is just full of BS to some degree. Like, these enemies popping up saying hello, jumping and hitting me in the face. Traps that might kick your, like, spear your foot. Don't go that way, by the way. Because if you fall down here, you can just easily do this. Jump back up there, and then jump across this pit. Because this is the correct way to go. And this is basically a maze with a very linear looking layout. Granted, it's not a very dangerous layout, because the only thing you really have to worry about are statues. That's the only threatening enemy in this place. It's kind of weird that they throw this enemy that freaking one-shots you almost, and then the rest of the game is just like, yeah, you get a statue that shoots a fireball at you, that's great. But you have some options here, and the right option is this. You run into this thing, you bump your head on this ceiling, and you can end up destroying it. The weird thing is that ceiling does no damage to you, but it just hurts to just tell you, hey, maybe you should do something about it. Maybe you should get revenge. And trust me when I say it, it's a good idea going this way, because this is the way out. But then you meet a freaking boss that you just killed. And yeah, this Firebird, while he looks really cool, is still as threatening as he used to be. But thankfully, you're twice as threatening. And you can kill him before he even does anything else. So it just shows how much stronger you got. Unfortunately, I need all the health I can get, so I need to go back to the beginning of the stage to pick up some health real quick, so give me a moment. Also, if you fall down here, just imagine this painful route that you have to take, the walk of shame as I like to call it. So one thing that you have to do if you're going to go backtrack is you're going to have to say hello to another guy real quick. Remember this dragon? Here's the one flaw of his. He forgot that you can't stand on top of you, but he can breathe fire at your face. So try to be very careful. And I died again. Wow. I didn't expect to lose all my freaking Jewel Masters here, but here we are. So excuse me while I use my last credit and kind of feel ashamed about killing all my Jewel Masters here. You know what? I'm going to be a little generous. I'm going to show you just how shitty this hole in the ground is. Let's fall down in this crappy place. You immediately get swarmed with bugs. And then you have the actual walk of shame. Because you have to deal with these things. Yeah, I really hate this stretch. Because if you want to save your health, you have to go back to the hole to dodge those flamethrowers. It's really freaking dumb. But it gets worse. Oh crap, well it'll take more damage, fine. It gets worse, because now you have to do this stretch. And you see those things? Remember that spear trap I showed you earlier? It's back, except you have to jump from spear trap to spear trap to spear trap, while eventually killing this thing over here on this ledge, defending it. And then of course you might end up getting speared along the way, which makes it all the more fun. And afterwards, you get a chance to possibly get killed by this guy chilling down here with his mace. And then you blow up this thing, and that's the worst section of the game. What were the devs thinking when they made that? I wish I knew, other than, we want to make sure these people have a fine rental. And I'm like, yeah, screw you guys. So let's get through this place real quick, kill that damn dragon, and start saying hello to the final stretch of the game. So if you really want to kill this dragon early, just drop down here. And then we have this asshole popping up again. Come down here so I can greet with all my wave shots, asshole. Yeah, this is a way to kill him as quickly as possible. If you take a shot to the face, that's fine. Just make sure to move. Oh my god, please don't kill me. Please die, please die, please die. Thank you. Ugh, I hate that guy sometimes. I'm definitely playing a lot sloppier than I should. Trust me, I'll have a video where it's just like, hey, how to cleanly beat this game without sucking like Waddler. But here's what I recommend you do. Do not go down this way, for obvious reasons, because spear traps greet you. You could get around them, but trust me, it's just better to drop from this side and not get murdered. Of course, these fish are here to take you out if you have almost no health. But we got ourselves our first potion. And then I'm going to say hello to the Firebird, kill him real quick, and then we can grab the other potion. Good. Awesome. Now I have to go back and get the other potion. Fantastic. So the devs decide to do one last little trick. You see that thing? You're like, oh, that looks nice. Fall right in the hole. Yeah, guess what's down there? Bugs to ruin your day a little bit more. Why were you guys such assholes making this game, man? Why did you have to make this stage such a dick move after a dick move? That's all I gotta ask. But let me get back to the end of the stage and... ah, fuck. Alright, so we have finally made it to the end of this section, and now the final section with a very fitting background to say, oh yeah, it's real deal time now. And we have a boss gauntlet coming up, because if you thought statues were not such a thing in this game, guess what? We have 4 of them to deal with. And these statues are basically fire, water, earth, and wind. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be playing a very interesting game of Firewall actually is good for once. And this is what I'm going to use it for. Defense. So I'm just going to hit this guy repeatedly with Wave, and then Firewall is going to block these fireballs coming at me. It's kind of funny how it works, because damn, fight fire with fire? Hell yeah. But unfortunately we have this next one, which is god-awfully annoying. And you want to try to get her positioned right like this, because she shoots out Ice Dagger, and those Ice Daggers are all over the place. But if you position yourself just right, these things will go all around you. So you gotta triangulate your positioning, otherwise you're going to get hit repeatedly. Because I have not found any possible way to dodge those, let alone get hit repeatedly and beat the boss at the very end of all this, because you have no health items after this. This is the reason why I was being very stingy in that previous section. And you really want to be prepared for this next guy, because this is where I'm like, why do I not have this guy's freaking earth usage or whatever? Because yeah, the earth ring guy, or the earth statue, I just get pissed off at the fact that he has a better way of doing things than I do right now. But here's the earth statue. The strategy here is the pendulum game. What you want to do is you want to just keep hitting him with Fire Viper, because it's one of your strongest attacks, and just go back and forth while using high jump. And if that little wrecking ball is still out and it hits you, you take damage. It's very annoying. I'm going to take this off now, because we're done with that. And we have possibly easiest one, because all you have to do is remember your Smash Brothers logic. Short hops will win. Except when you start screwing up. Because he's basically shooting at you every time you fire back, so he's reading your inputs. Man, I really messed myself up here, so I'm hoping that this won't go against me here, because the final boss, it's not the hardest boss in the game, it's just that he has one terrible attack, and there's 2 ways to deal with it. And one of it is manipulating him, and the other is to just grin and barrier it. Barrier's actually good now. So let's get ready with this, and use this on the right hand, by the way, because this is the only way you're going to really beat this guy, is just spam this in his face. When he turns into the skull, jump when his eyes light up, and then get by him as fast as you can. If you have bad luck, this is where we have a nice chance of survival. When he flashes white, jump the hell up, because he's gonna shoot himself across the stage. Let's try this again. Ah, crap, he went at me. So when you have some bad luck, this is how you can save yourself. Because Barrier does a fantastic job with this guy. He takes the hit like a champ. You can live a lot longer, but you've got to remember to use your double jump, because this will go past that barrier and kill you more likely. It does a lot of damage. Alright, so let's get the barrier up. Why were you not this nice earlier, man? So yeah, this is how you manipulate him without taking damage. It's really, really freaking hard to do that, because sometimes he will not cooperate and just gladly hit you in the face. But as long as you keep this pattern up, he's going to eventually die, because all these bosses are just pattern recognition and how to deal with it. And if you can deal with it just right, you'll be able to beat this game without any problems whatsoever. But this is where it starts to get a little dicey, because any mistake is going to cost me dearly right now. Like, even not killing this guy fast enough is going to cost me dearly. And he's dead. Excellent. Thank God, I hate this. I'm not going to tell you how many times I've played through this game, guys. I've played 30 hours of this game that I can't say it has a very rewarding ending. Sure, this is how I'm feeling right now, but there is no mention in history of the battle waged between the Jewel Master and the forces of evil. So the game just kind of gives you a backhanded compliment, and you're like, dude, I busted my ass playing through this game. But the thing that happened is that I appreciated this game the more I played it, and ultimately, I can tell you this, the presentation of this game, while it's aged, it's pretty damn good. The music is probably the best part about this game. And the controls, while there are a few janky things, the Jewel Master controls really damn good, and the gameplay is fine. Like, I can't complain about that at one bit. The quality, that's where you start seeing more of the issues, like the glitch, the jumping glitch really is dumb. And the level design could be a lot better, like Stage 4 shows what this game could have been. But, to be fair, oh yeah, I can't forget the dick moves, screw those dick moves. And there is a bit of glitchery in the final boss that I'm going to show off at the end. It's really weird. But unfortunately for this game, there's not much replayability. Like, once you've beaten this game on hard, there's not anything else that you really need to do for it. You could try some crazy challenges, but that's about it. However, I will never forget how this game has showed me that some devs really had this cool idea and made an interesting ring system, and maybe beat Capcom to the punch with having these bars of health that disappear, much like, hey, you're fine, you just took a little shot to the knee, or oh my god, you lost an arm, you're almost dead, buddy. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video and my struggles through Jewel Master. Next time, I'm going to be showing off some Super Mario Advance. Is it 2 or 3? It's the one that's Super Mario World. But nevertheless, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and adios.